We're having such a good time.
We're laughing and we're friends. One day we will look back with this.
Cheers. I'm actually just having a Hansa. I bought some Berghoff yesterday. I found some of
Drayman's.
that from Drayman's. Yeah, probably
Nice. Drayman's
must
Brewery.
be the oldest microbrewery in Pretoria, probably before there was such a thing. But that's at my house.
Yeah.
Because we are just outside Harlequins Rugby Club. There's some match happening here.
Harlequins versus someone.
Yeah. And we're on our way to Loftus.
Mornay Stein's last game.
Yeah, and Bismarck du Plessis. But
It's not, yeah.
I thought
Two legends.
we're celebrating Mornay Stein's last game because if you ask Sharks fans, they'll probably say that Bismarck is a bit of a Sharks legend.
Yes.
And Mornay Stein's definitely a Bulls Springbok legend. So we're talking about the Springbok backline, and there is a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Lots of controversial thingies.
Yes.
Spent a bit of time giving it some thought, especially with the scrum offs, because we have so many different options.
Yeah.
And I thought, is Grant Williams really? Is he really that good a scrum off, as in doing the basics what a scrum off needs to do, or does he just
speed.
score tries out of nowhere?
He's got crazy speed, but the thing that worried me that I saw, for instance, in the Heineken Champions Cup,
Yes.
is that that tap.
Yes.
It's a what is it? A quarter final, quick
Yeah.
tap. The Sharks are trailing by like 4 or something.
No.
Takes a quick tap instead of kicking
No.
the sideline. So, and the thing is, Rassie, well, Jacques
Yeah.
hasn't been picking him.
Yeah.
They decided to go with Jaden
Yes.
and Reinach and Faf and etc.
Yes.
And they haven't been blooding him, and maybe
Yeah.
he's not ready.
There's a very good reason why I mention those things that make you stand out at provincial level. And when we get to the fly-offs, we're going to talk about that again.
Yes.
How much does it matter to hit clean line breaks when it comes to certain positions? Like a scrum off needs to have a very crisp pass.
He's got a crisp pass though.
Yeah,
I think he can be. He
yeah,
can be the
I think
next
so as
big
well.
thing.
I like him. I like him a lot.
I like him more than Jaden,
Yeah,
just because of that his extreme speed. But
yeah.
he's more erratic than Jaden, if you can even
Yeah.
if that's even
So
a
he's
thing.
injured at the moment, Jaden Hendrickson. No.
Is he injured? Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I think
I'm
he's
asking.
injured. Yeah, I think he's injured. Yeah, that's why they stuck with Grant Williams in the URC. He would be their number one in the URC as well.
Yeah, he was injured. Yeah,
He was injured. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's long term or whatever the case may be. But the scrum off is a position where we're actually a bit spoilt at the moment. We've
Yeah.
got lots. I think Faf will still be number one. They'll stick to the same thing as they did in 2019. Kobus Reinach.
maybe a bit old.
And Jaden Hendricks are probably.
Yeah, Jaden had a good season last year.
Yeah. But there are guys. I mean, Embrace Papier became Jake White's number one at the Bulls at the end of the season.
But he's
so
also a guy that has speed. He's got a little bit of an X
Yeah.
factor, but
Doesn't
is
necessarily do
is
the
his
basics.
pass that crisp? I don't know. Like Rod Williams has a great pass.
Yes.
and he's always at he's on
Yeah.
time at the breakdown.
Accuracy of the box kicks, those sorts of things are very important in the modern rugby setup.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, we think the status quo will remain with Faf and so forth. Yeah, we're buying a little boerewors, some Blesbok boerewors, like I said, at Harlequin, so having a good time. And then we move
the
straight into
controversial
the
one.
big contestual issue, or whatever you call it, is the fly halves.
yes.
With
Should
Andre
we just
Pollard
should we
injured.
let's just jump straight into Moni Lebok.
Donnie Levok.
This is my problem with Moni Lebok. When he was an under 20 Springbok,
Yes.
we played England in the semi-final of the the under 20 World Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
And when it came to like the last 15 minutes of the game, we were leading,
Yeah.
and they started kicking on him, and he started dropping the ball, kicking the ball out on the full. Basically, what we saw against when the Stormers played Munster
Yes.
both times, missing kicks. What we saw when he was at the Bulls.
Yes.
He's got talent, but I don't think he has the temperament.
Yeah. I think there is a question mark about his temperament.
And the Stormers are going to go crazy about what they're saying, but it's just,
we really don't. We want the best.
I want him to be amazing. I want him to.
Springbok
I want him
rugby.
to play like how he played like throughout the URC generally.
Yeah.
But it's when it comes to the really when you need him,
Yes.
then he's not there for you.
Yeah, making that crucial kick,
Yes.
kicking the ball out when there's a penalty, kicking it out far enough. Because what we saw, I can't remember if that was the semi-final or the final of the URC, but then he didn't kick a ball out, and the next couple he kicked it out like 5 to 10 meters
Yeah.
at the penalties, and that's also not what you want.
Yes.
We have seen similar things with Andre Pollard, but I just think with solid consistency, I just think Pollard is a better option.
Yes. Like Pollard also makes those mistakes, but not necessarily in crucial moments.
No, when the crucial moment is there, then he actually steps
He's
up.
he's generally solid, but
He's got PMT.
he does. He did worry me last year. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And Andre Pollard now worried me last year, and I actually thought that when Damian Willemse played, you guys hate me for saying this, but I thought Damian Willemse played very well at fly-off, apart from his kicks at goal.
Yeah. Yeah, Damian Willemse is also an extremely talented footballer, and he can play in a lot of different positions. I like him that he's really hard, but he hasn't spent a lot of time playing fly-off, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying he must be
Yeah.
fly-off. I'm just saying that I worry about Pollard as well.
But in Springbok minds, they consider him as a fly-off backup. And as many as all the riches we have in the scrum off position, we are actually thin at fly-off at the moment, which is a huge concern.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to like 2008 to 2015, when we had Lambie, Morne Steyn, Andre Pollard.
Yeah,
You
much
know,
better times. Much
those are good
better
times.
Yeah, and if we go through the unions, and you can maybe look at a guy like
Lombard maybe.
Robert de Pre,
Robert de
who
Pre. He's
go on about that we haven't seen.
Yeah, he's playing over there in England.
Yeah, he's playing in Sale. Yeah.
So you'd have to, although he played with Faf de Klerk for a while, so maybe he's an
No,
option.
we just don't see enough of him.
Yeah.
And if you look at the local unions, I mean, like obviously there was a time when Ruan Pienaar was really at the peak of his game, when he was the best player in France.
Yeah, but he's not on form.
No, and it irritates me because
Yeah.
it's because someone just needs to get that best out of him.
You know what I wanted to say about Lipmani Libok? Maybe he just needs therapy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm
Yeah.
saying I'm for real. Maybe it's just a mental thing,
Yeah,
a bit like Elton Yankees.
yeah.
He just needs like a little bit of direction.
Yes. No, he's an obvious talent. He's a huge talent. But our worry is not the talent. Our worry is stepping up in the big moments.
Yeah.
When you need to slot that final kick. I mean, there was a time when he had to slot a kick, had to kick a conversion, and he missed it by like 3 sets of posts.
We're talking now about
Mani
Libok.
Libok,
In the game against the round robin game against Munster.
Yes.
We missed literally every single kick.
Yes. Yeah.
Which meant that the Stormers ended third instead of second.
Yeah.
It all worked out that they had a home final, but
Yeah.
I mean that was like
But be
cardinal
that as
sin.
it may, at the moment I would say he has to be there. He has to be. Who else?
Yes,
After Pollard.
after Pollard, I would even go Willemse. Not,
Yeah.
I don't really want to say even, because I feel like last season, actually the last 2 seasons, Pollard was just not himself.
Yes.
And when he got that injury against Australia midway through the rugby championship last
Yeah.
year, I feel like Willemse did well.
Yes.
I feel like
No, you did.
we looked much better from there until the end of the season.
Yeah. Goal kicking.
Goal kicking is a
Is
problem.
a huge issue.
I know it's a problem.
Faf kicked okay. I hope he's been practicing.
Yeah.
I even talk about Willie Leroux as a backup at fly.
We can't play him as the number 1 kicker.
No.
If we're going to play him, we're going to have to take a kicker.
Yeah.
I'm saying Willemse now.
Centres is a lot less to talk about. The starting
But-
centres, when they're both fit, is definitely going to be the Allende and.
Yes, but
And,
what about Ruan?
Yeah, I like Ruan Janse van Rensburg. I even like Henku van Wyk from the Lions, who's injured at the moment. It would have been a nice guy if he was fit to bring him into the system. There's Damien Esterhuizen. There's good backup.
Andre Esterhuizen.
Andre Esterhuizen, sorry. Who's Damien Esterhuizen? No one knows. Andre Esterhuizen. There's good backup. I think the centres, Willemse, At 12,
Damien.
I think that might be his best position at the end of the day.
Yeah, and he's big enough and he's fast enough.
He's going to be on the bench as the utility back.
Jono doesn't like him because he doesn't like that he does too much sidestepping behind the advantage line.
Yeah, in front of the defense.
But maybe that's Libbok that's giving him bad ball.
Yeah. There's a lot of flair, there's a lot of talent, but you need to do the basics better.
No.
Anyone else in the centres? Ruan, I really like Ruan. If anything happens, that he, but he won't be in the mix.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah.
He's like it's him and Jan Serfontein. It's
just imagine if Jan Serfontein.
It's Raymond Rule. It's Dylan Lades. Those are the Alistair Coetzee era, like where he tried to blood them, and it just didn't work out, and now they've fallen off the radar completely.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because they're all talented players.
Yeah. It will be an interesting dilemma if someone like gets injured. Like moving Daniel Willemse into the outside centre and stuff. Yes, it just completely disrupted our entire play.
I'm actually at like a little bit of a quiet URC.
Yeah. Also struggled to come back after injury. Yeah, there's at outside centre. There's no one that I can think of that really puts his. If you look at Ruan Nel and Dan du Plessis in the final against Munster, I don't think they're going to crack the nod.
Yeah.
And they're oldish guys. It's not like they just burst onto the scene.
Yeah.
Okay, wings. It's actually going to be very difficult.
It's actually an interesting time. We've got. I mean, last year we saw the injection of Kurtley Orense and Kanan Moody, and I feel like they took that form back to the Bulls.
Yes.
You know, without Kanan Moody and Orense, I felt like the Bulls had nothing.
Now let's make it a back three because Kanan Moody can play at. So let's talk about the back three.
I know. Sorry, I just wanted to mention those.
Yeah,
two,
no, but I was thinking about.
They come as a package almost. You know?
They come, but Willemse can also play fullback, and Colby can play fullback, and Moody can play fullback. But I think for the continuity and for the team spirit and everything, I think Ninover is going to stick with Mapimpi. And yes, and he's gonna. I think he's gonna stick with the same thing. He's gonna stick with Colby, and he's gonna stick with Willie to start.
Mapimpi's still a good finisher.
Yeah, and then you've got so many options to come off the bench in Willemse and Moody.
But now they're gonna have to go utility if they go with the 6-2.
Yeah, just why not try Kanan Moody at fly off?
May as well.
Yes, he's so talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that some of those guys will have to sit out.
Yeah,
if you think of Colby,
they're not going to
Moody,
sit out completely. They're going to play They're going to play like against. I think Tonga. I think Tonga's in our pool.
Yes.
They'll play against Romania. That sort of thing.
But yet again, it's going to be more or less a status quo with. Actually, in the back line, in the forwards, we were like, there's not really guys putting pressure on other players. But in the back line, with Willemse, Moody, I mean, there are other guys as well. There's a Takir Abrams, there's Edwin van der Merwe. There are actually a lot of names you can mention that are putting pressure on Oaks in those positions.
Yeah.
And probably other guys that we're not even thinking about at the moment.
Yeah, if you think about it, Chesney Colby is like the OG.
Yeah.
He was like the first guy who was like small in stature but like explosive or whatever, and since him it's been Kurtley Orense.
Shane Williams will disagree with you, but we're talking about South African rugby.
Yeah, I know Shane Williams. He's in a different mold.
Yeah. No, I think in the back line we're healthy. Fly off, I'm just extremely worried about. If Pollard doesn't come back, I don't know where we go.
Yeah,
because of goal kicking and.
I think that they said that his injury is not that serious.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. But he takes a lot of contact.
Yes.
So he's always going to be prone to injury.
He takes the ball up. Yeah. That's his style.
I saw on Instagram that he posted a photo that his teeth are nice and white at the moment. He was
Really?
just promoting his dentist.
Really? Okay.
So his teeth are in good shape.
That's good. That's important. Yeah, you might lose
Dental
one
health.
or two. Dental
good.
health is
Floss.
good. Yeah. Centers are I think our center pair is right up there with some of the best in the world.
Yeah, Damien Dalende, I've not seen him play since he was here at Loftus last year with Munster.
Yeah.
And he was pretty good then. But we'll have to see. He's in Japan now, I think.
Yeah. No, he's in Japan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it.
That's it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Go Billa.